Hey, this is Brett, and I was just watching a video with Dan, the Life Regenerator, and he's talking about tonsils. He's talking to a woman on the phone whose son has inflamed tonsils, and the doctors are telling her that they need to cut them out of there. And when I was 8 years old, that's exactly what the doctors told my parents, and they went ahead and did it. No more tonsils. And oftentimes I think to myself, man, I wish I had my tonsils back. They must have some kind of a purpose, right? They hang there and they're able to collect bacteria, and there's some kind of an indicator of for the body. There's some kind of a defense mechanism for the body that hangs in your throat that enables your body to protect itself in regards to bacteria and viruses and things that can go down through your into your digestive system. And so Dan is talking about how it's part of your lymphatic system, and that makes sense. But what he is telling this woman is to use her own mind. And this is what I try and tell y'all, to not necessarily go with these so-called educated people that think that they know everything about the body, and what you need to do is basically just cut it off and then everything will be wonderful. Unfortunately, that's just not always the best answer. It may be the best answer for their pocketbooks, yes. They're making mega bucks on these various operations. But let's quickly listen to Dan and what he has to say.
I'm talking about the doctors that want to do the cutting.
Oh, okay.
What are they trying to?
They said that it was better to have his tonsils out, and I'm like, well, is there something that I can do instead? They're like, no, we need to just take him out. So.
If you cut the tonsils out, then how are they going to work at detoxifying later? Don't you think it would compound the problem if they cut out parts of his lymphatic system?
I can ask him that tomorrow.
Okay, well, try to be chill, because the doctors, they just don't understand. They're not trained in detoxification, regeneration, and anatomy and physiology and how the body works. So you don't want to get discouraged. You may have to use your own common sense, and you do have a right to make your own health decisions. A lot of people get their tonsils cut out, and they regret it because they're very useful. I think God put everything in there for a reason, and we need to kind of understand what that is. So I'm not a medical doctor, and I can't give medical advice, but I think for me personally, I'll just tell you what I do, Paula, is I avoid surgeries at every cost, because that doesn't seem like a very good idea to cut something out when we could just clean it out. So that's my mantra. Don't cut it out, clean it out. So clean out his lymphatic system in his throat area with fruits and as green juices as much as possible.
Yes, and what Dan was talking about a little while ago in regards to mucus and dairy is right on the gnat's ass, okay? Dairy foods create a lot of mucus in our bodies, and so in the nasal passages and ears, kids will get infections all the time when they're doing cheese and yogurt and milk and cottage cheese, etc., etc. So if you get them off of that, then it will cure all of that pretty much. There are some other mucus forming foods like soy that also will create some problems in those regards. But if you get rid of dairy, that is going to help tremendously. As much as 80, 90, 100% of the problem will be eliminated just by doing that. Now, when you get off of dairy foods, it's really important to have something to wean your way off of those dairy foods, because they're really addicting. So you've got to find something that's an adequate substitute to help you or your kids, like almond milk, or rice milk, or hemp milk. These are all really great substitutes, and they actually have like almond cheese at the health food store that can be great for getting off of cheese, which is such a hugely fatty, just like lard. It's like when I see people eating those cheese cubes at Green Life that they put out in the little freebie thing, I feel like saying to them, you know, you're eating glue cubes, don't you? You're gumming and gluing up your body with that. But I don't say anything because I know that it's their bodies and they need to learn on their own. So hopefully you're wanting to learn from me while watching this video. But let's go on and listen to Dan a little bit more.
Get him to drink water, give him rest, and massage his back and neck and shoulders. And
God knows that's what
get a lot of rest.
I'll tell everybody to do.
Constantly last 2 days.
Good. Well, that means his body is really trying to do the work right now. And so you're probably going to have to make your executive decision.
Rest, exactly. Okay, so whenever you make changes, it's always going to be hell for a while. It doesn't matter what kind of a change you're making in your life, whether it be you're moving, oh my God, you've got to move all your stuff, we know how hard that is, or you're changing a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, you're changing a job. It doesn't matter what it is, especially diet, then usually you're going to require rest and just taking it easy in between sessions, in between moving a big load, or in between you're going to work all day and then you've got to come home and you're thinking about that boyfriend that you've lost, etc. Go take a nap, take a couple hours and just sleep. Today I felt so tired at about 2 o'clock and I was like, alright, you know, even though my mind wanted to stay up and continue to do things, my body was screaming even more, hey, you need to go take a nap. And so I did. I forced myself to go and take a nap, and when I got up I was like, yeah, I'm really glad I did that. So, point taken.
But you can clean out his body, and it sounds like he's a smart young man, and he will be willing to work with you. Like I said, if he needs to talk to me, you know, I'll get him supercharged on hooking it up. Okay, Paula. So I know I talked a lot. Is there anything else though?
Okay, so Dan is awesome. We all know that, most of us anyway. And I would like to conclude with, yes, just keep on working towards getting the diet cleaner and cleaner with less residue left over. You know, the more we eat foods that burn cleaner and leave less residue, the more we are going to feel the flow of life's energy moving through us. And we're going to be able to converse better, do our work better, think better, feel better, have better intuition about the things that we need to do, the things that we need to move into with our futures, and the whole 9 yards just works better when we can eat a diet that's more diverse as well and is cleaner. And so move away from the animal foods. It took me a long time to get off of meats. You know, it took me quite a while to get off of wheat and dairy, about 8 years. But it took me 19 years to completely get off of meat. And you know what? That's okay, because usually this is not a race. Even in a life and death situation, if you understand that life really never ends, that it's not a race to heal, because it never ends healing. It just keeps going on, and after you die, your